So that is Choctaw 1 and Choctaw 2. They looked at the paper because looking at it every day, they say this every single day, multiple times a day in Choctaw. They had to look at the paper to remember they were telling you exactly right in English because they weren't sure they were telling you correctly in English because they say it so many times in Choctaw. I'm super proud of this group. They're amazing young men and women, and we're just super thankful to have such a great, awesome set of seniors. Shelby and Green is a senior, and Dallas is a senior, and we're really going to miss those kiddos, so thank you guys. November is Native American Heritage Month. I know you guys have heard that and seen that. We at Poto High School and Poto School District try our very best to represent our culture and our heritage for Oklahoma very well. We have had banners displayed across our school district. We have sent out bookmarks. Our main thing, one of the biggest things that we focused on is Native American literacy in our libraries. We have also added stickball and cultural dancing to every site. In addition to those things, we have also, this year, Choctaw 2 has created with our Native literacy programs, we have books for every site grade level. The teacher will receive a book, and then Choctaw 2 has written lessons. So they'll include vocab, worksheets, puzzles, everything you can imagine, and they're all created by Choctaw 2 students. Really a big deal. So that'll be pre-K through 4th grade. Middle school at PKMS did a diamond patterned keychain, which is symbolic for, the diamond is very symbolic for Choctaw Nation. At SEC, we were very fortunate. Miss Perry let us come in and we did air dry pottery, created pottery pinch pots, and what else? Oh, Choctaw 1, Choctaw 2, and Native Studies, including computer apps classes. We did beading, which was about 300 students in one day. Bracelets. Yes, that's why I'm wearing glasses now, so thank you. We also have included links for Choctaw Code Talkers for Veterans Day tomorrow. Another big thing that we've accomplished this year with the help of Joe Ballard and Dwayne Hornbuckle is we now have incorporated a senior panel pick policy for Native senior students that have a CDIB card to wear a symbolic dress shirt for the panel pick. It's a huge accomplishment, so I want to thank them. It was a big deal. And that'll be in addition to cultural expression for the beaded grad cap policy that we do. I want to thank these guys. I want to thank you that all of these things that we're accomplishing in a small amount of time would not be possible without support. So thank you guys. Yoko Ki.
Appreciate y'all being here, and thank you for sharing that with us. Are y'all y'all are more than welcome to stay. We appreciate everyone that's here today. We're going to start the meetings if you want to go.
It's just a small crew. Everybody else is actually in the meeting. So.
Okay. All right. But I'm giving y'all the opening if y'all want to escape. All right, at 6 o'clock, call the meeting to order. Roll call, please. Here?
Here.
Here. All right. Again, appreciate everyone for being here tonight. Support Employee of the Month.
Yeah, so if we can have our board come around to the front. We've got our administration, our support employee, and we have SEC as well. So let's go with our central office first. Okay, there you go. So we'll do Sheila first, and we'll go on for you next. So, all right. So first, we're going to go with our support employee of the month, actually out of this office. So our director, Miss Val, will be the one that communicates this.
Thank you, everyone. So this month, our support employee out of this office is Miss Sheila Nichols. Would you come up here and join me, please? And so this is Sheila's 5th year with Poto Public School. Her main job right now is filing our federal claims. And if you've ever worked with federal claims, you know that there's so many deadlines, there's documentation, and it can change on you at any time. So, she also is our Fine Arts Activity Fund custodian for Mr. Marsh and Miss Medley. Her other jobs include overseeing the school substitute listing and calculating subs pay every month. She helps us reconciling all the employees' insurance monthly. She also helps me and Risa with our bank statements, so all the checks, she's going through and clearing them for us each month. She helps with distributing and collecting all the employee contracts and insurance packages yearly. And if you work at one site and you have to collect them, she has to collect them all for all sites. She's also picked up in distributing the vehicle keys for people that have, if you're coming by here to get a vehicle, she's usually the one that greets you and has those keys ready for you. And she helps our students getting their hotspots when those are needed as well. And I want to say, she does anything that comes up. Sheila is always willing to do whatever. If I say, hey, I've got something new, she's like, I'll do it, I'll take it on, and she does it with a smile on her face. Most importantly, Sheila is very unique. She comes in each morning with a smile and sometimes a song. This morning was a cold Monday morning, and she comes in, oh, what a beautiful morning, and she's singing to us. So she always has a positive attitude, and she carries it to all of our staff. She has a quote of the day. I think she does it so we will all read it and laugh with her. She cares about all the Poto students and staff. She may not work directly with the students, but she cares, and it shows because each person that comes to this office, she's usually helping them and trying to be positive in an uplifting nature. Our office would not be the same without Miss Sheila, and that is the truth. Thank you so much for everything you do for Poto School.
Yeah, you'll have to stay up here because we're going to take a picture then.
Tonight, I have the privilege of recognizing someone who truly makes our building run with heart, grace, and a smile. Miss Montoya Seymour, come on down. Montoya is one of those people who just gets things done. She goes above and beyond to help anyone in any way she can, students, teachers, and staff. It doesn't matter who. She's dependable, hardworking, and always willing to step in wherever she is needed. Her coworkers had so many kind things to say about her, and I'd love to share a few of their words. One person said, Montoya goes above and beyond to help anyone in any way she can. She makes herself available for students, faculty, and staff. She is such a hard worker and fulfills many duties within her role. I appreciate Montoya for her positive and caring attitude. Another wrote, Montoya works so hard 24/7, and that's true. I get messages from her at all hours, and she's amazing. She is always happy to help anyone and is always smiling. Someone else shared, Montoya serves the students and staff of the SCC with all of her heart. She is kind, caring, and so smart. She's the definition of a hard worker, willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done. Another comment simply said, Montoya works really hard to support everyone in this building. And finally, one colleague summed it up perfectly. Montoya's positive attitude makes her approachable and a great resource for everyone. She consistently goes above and beyond, not just during her work hours, but before and after, to support extra activities. Her dedication and heart truly make a difference. Montoya, you embody the every pirate, everyday mindset in everything you do. Your positive energy, kindness, and willingness to serve make a huge impact on all of us. and especially on our students. We are so thankful for you and proud to recognize you tonight. Congratulations, Montoya. You're so deserving of this honor.
Congratulations. It's worth it. Come on, you want to be in the picture. And I do want to say First National Bank right over here has sponsored this award. So all of our participants on a monthly basis get a gift card, and then at the end of the year, they'll get a shot to be the Support Employee of the Year, which is also sponsored by First National Bank. So thank you to First National Bank. All right, group photo.
Congratulations, and thank y'all for everything you do. We appreciate it. All right, more exciting stuff. Recognize Site Teachers of the Year.
It is exciting. This is my favorite time of the year. All the sites have selected their Site Teachers of the Year, and then next month we'll actually select our District Teacher of the Year winner. I'm always happy because we have such amazing staff here in Poto, and I like recognizing their professionalism, their dedication to the job and to our students, and all the hard work that they pour into our students day in, day out. As always, we have a great group. When I call your name, you can come front and center, and then we'll come and have our picture made with you again. Raylan Myers is our primary teacher of the year. She is an outstanding first grade teacher and has been teaching, I think, for about 4 years. Our upper elementary teacher of the year is Shannon Bullard. She is a special education teacher for us and has 32 years of experience. Our PKMS teacher of the year is Elaine Janway. She's a special education math teacher for us this year, and I think she has about 19 years of experience. Our SEC teacher of the year is Ariel Perry. She is an amazing art teacher. I love to go and see all the projects her students do, and she has 4 years of experience. And last but not least, our Poto High School teacher of the year is Nikki Cruz. Nikki wears a lot of hats. She's a librarian there, but she also teaches English and journalism, and you can see her on the sidelines and at activities taking pictures, and she has 18 years of experience. An amazing group of educators.
Let's take a picture of them.
We appreciate y'all. Thank you for everything that y'all do at our schools. And if y'all want to escape, I'll pause for a minute for y'all too. All right. Recognize Adult Education Award.
Myrna, come on up, Myrna. You want to take that and pass that around for you? Yeah, I'll let you talk about it, though.
Okay, sure will. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just a few notes, so I don't forget, because it's a terrible thing when you talk and then you walk out the door and think, "Ah, I forgot to say that, I forgot to say that." So that's why we have a piece of paper, right? Okay, there are 32 adult learning centers in the state of Oklahoma. 32. POTO has been the best performing since this award that we received this year. They started giving it awarding it in 2019 to the best performing adult learning center in the state of Oklahoma. And that is, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Do I need this? No, okay. The best means that the percentage of students that you have the highest percentage who either get their high school equivalency, get a job, keep a job, or get a job promotion, achieve a measurable skills gain, or, one more, hang on. Did I say go to college? Go to college or trade school or learn a job skill. And so since we started keeping track back in 2010 with our data system that we have now, since 2010, the Poto Adult Learning Center has served almost 5,000 students. 5,000 students, that's made a difference to their lives. Of 5,000 people, that's a big difference. These are people who get their high school equivalency, hopefully, so they can now get a job and support their families. That's a pretty big deal. So we're very honored that we have received this award since it started being given every single year. So this year, when we go to our conference, the Career Tech, we are funded through the Office of Career Tech. And the way we are funded is based on performance across the state of Oklahoma. So if you don't perform, you don't get funding. And okay, now see, I've already lost my train of thought. But anyway, so when they announced this year, this was a new thing they came up with. Okay, we're going to award a certificate to programs that achieved a 40% gain. 40% doesn't sound like much, but in the state, out of 32 adult centers, only 8 received this award. 40 is not much, it used to be 60. Every year, the state negotiates with the federal government, and they say, okay, this is what we would like for the state of Oklahoma to achieve this year. So it was dropped from 60 to 40, so you think, hey, everybody can get 40. No, only 8. Now, we are in with the Department of Corrections, and they have several thousands of students. With Tulsa Union, which is a huge program. Oklahoma City Community College, huge program. So out of all of those, when little bitty Poto Adult Learning Center gets the award, that's a pretty big deal. So we take that with great pride and great honor. And let me see if there's something else that I need to add. Okay, so when they gave us this, okay, and I'm standing here with the other few, and we get our little certificate for 40%. So I'll go back to my seat and I'm thinking, okay, I guess this is what we get this year. And then they said, now remember it's 40% is what you have to achieve. Now for the program that achieved 79.4%, it was Poto Adult Learning Center. So everybody's like, yay, you know, and so I was very, very proud. That's the best we've ever done. That's huge. So because of that, because of the recognition that we have received for several years, every year since it's been given actually, I was asked if I would consider doing a training at our state conference in February, the 3rd and the 4th. They said, take a day if you need it. I'm like, I don't think I can talk for a day, but maybe I could. Or half a day sounded good. So I'm like, we'll do half, and then we'll break for lunch, okay? So anyway, we're very honored that we have received this award.
Yes.
There it is, right there, yes. We'll add that to our collection. So anyway, we're very, we like to say we're just the best at what we do. That's not a brag, that's just a fact, okay? Thank you.
All right, board members. Here, let's get the award out, yeah.
Congratulations, that's a great accomplishment. All right.
At least we got a picture.
All right, recognize Poto Education Foundation Grant Award winners.
Awesome. So, if you don't know, in 1986, the Poto Education Foundation was created by Mr. Steve Holton. Steve, do you mind standing up real quick? Everybody around, let's give him a round of applause. So, it was for the purpose of helping Poto become the best educational facility around. And they've poured money into it for almost 4 decades. So, Mr. Holton has been the driving force behind the Poto Education Foundation. This year, they've been resurrected. And so, not that they haven't done a lot, but this year they picked up some new items. So in the fall, they did $4,500 worth of teacher grants, 9 teacher grants across the district. And then in the spring, they're going to do scholarships. So a really big piece for Poto to be able to get the Education Foundation up and running. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to call our winners. Let's have you guys come up, and then we'll get a photo op as well. So we got a lot of photo ops tonight, so I'm glad you guys all dressed nice. So as I call your name, go ahead and come forward. So Jamie Booth. Sheila Castillo. Miranda Holly. Krista Kipnick. Susan Manlove. James Marshall. Megan Necessary. Ariel Perry. And Heather Roth. And I want to hand the mic over to Steve Holton real quick so that he can make sure he introduces who the committee is and any type of sponsors that we have that have helped with these teacher grants. So, Mr. Holton.
Thank you. We spent most of this year reorganizing our board, and I'd just like to thank our new board members, Janita Hendricks, Lisa Mixon, Janelle Darnell, Craig Price, Chad Yandel, Robin Stockton, and Lorraine Caldwell. And we'd especially like to thank our superintendent. I think from previous schools, Scott appreciates what a public school foundation can add to the district school system. So thank you for your encouragement and all the work you've done. And at this time, we have several of our sponsors represented: Central National Bank of Poto, First National Bank of Heavener Poto, and then Pam Holton. So if you all could join us whenever you're ready for a photo, we would appreciate it.
Yep, come on up. Let's get a picture with our sponsors, with our committee, and our...
That's all we have room.
All right, Lord, we can squeeze in.
I think
Let's all get in here. Let's
maybe
get
we
big
should stay
group.
behind the table for this one. There's a lot of people up there. Yeah. Susan. You don't want us all falling on top of you.
Mind the double stack, guys.
Oh, no. Sit on the table. Are y'all supposed to be in your seat? Enough. Congratulations to the recipients, and thank you to the foundation for all of your work and efforts on that. We appreciate it. Do we have any comments from the public?
No, ma'am.
All right, discussion and vote to approve or not approve the auditor exit presentation for 24-25.
Caleb, did you want to present now? Yes, thank you.
It was like, why didn't you have me at the beginning of all this?
All right, my name is Caleb Carlson with Jenkins and Kemper CPAs, and we do POTO's audit. For those of you on the board, I'll get started on page 4. And on page 4, the third paragraph down, POTO gets an adverse opinion on generally accepted accounting principles because as a public school, you follow a regulatory basis of accounting rather than GAAP. Above that, in the second paragraph, POTO Schools gets a qualified opinion on a regulatory basis of accounting, which states, in our opinion, except for the effects of the matter described in the following paragraph, the financial statements referred to in the first paragraph present fairly in all material respects the assets, liabilities, and fund balances arising from regulatory basis transactions. And then next I'll be turning towards the back to page 42. And on page 42, item number 7, this just identifies the major federal programs that we looked at this year for our audit, which included Title I and special education. And then at the very bottom there, it notes that there were no findings for major federal award programs. Also, right above that, for your financial statement audit, you get no findings for that as well. On the next page, this goes over any findings from the prior year, which there were none last year also. And that is all I have for you, unless you have any questions.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Alrighty, and the only thing I need from you all is there's a audit acknowledgement form to be filled out, and I can take that tonight, or it can be sent to our office manager, Chelsea, later.
Let me get a vote real quick, and then I
Okay.
think we can go ahead and get it signed for you, so you don't have to
Sounds
worry about
good.
getting that letter. All right, is there a motion with regards to our audit? Is there- Roll call, please. Yes. Yes. Okay. Left me hanging. Offered you a pen, you left me hanging.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a pen snob, I don't want yours.
This is actually not my normal type of pen. Thank you. I actually would have really liked to have seen you sign with this pen.
Ah, there you go, I knew I could get my own pen, I don't know why, but, you know, I did.
Thank you.
Caleb was disappointed he didn't get a photo op, guys. Dang. Oh, yeah. Yeah, boy, he thought he would freak out.
Make the auditor get a, I don't know. Yeah, okay. Financial reports?
So if you'll turn with me to the financials. We are on the month of October. Looking at our general fund, revenue is up for the month of October. We received our teacher empowerment grant in the month of October. Last year, we received it in September. Also, this month, we received a teacher signing bonus for a sped teacher that transferred from Arkansas to Oklahoma, and so that will be paid out during this payroll to them. Also, our Medicaid payments are up when compared to last year. Looking at the expenditures are up compared to last year. We have increases in salaries and benefits. We also, for the month of October, paid for some HVAC replacements and also some roofing repairs for October. If you look with me to building fund, our revenue is down compared to last October. Our interest rate, because of how the end of the month falls, we didn't receive our interest until November 2nd, so that's not included, and that's why it's down. Expenditures are up for the month of October. We finished the HVAC addition to the PKMS gym in October and paid that. We also paid for the demo and the house removal at Bagwell. And actually, they're already using that as gravel's laid, and they're using it for parking already at PKMS. We also paid for flooring at the primary gym restroom and the flooring at the high school gym for the restroom, the foyer, and the concessions area for the month of October. Child nutrition revenue is up. We received the remaining of our meat grant from FY25. And also, our expenditures are also up because we paid for the meat. So we paid for it and we got reimbursed all in 1 month. And so that's why child nutrition is up just slightly. If you look with me at our year-to-date numbers, revenue is down in general fund, and that is due to state and federal funding. State is because of our textbooks. Last year they paid it all at one time. This year they're paying it monthly. Also, last year we received FY24 and FY25 school resource grant. This year we received just the FY26, and our federal is down because of the prior year ESSER funds that we are no longer getting. Expenditures are up due to payroll and benefits, and also due to us purchasing laptops. We've purchased an ag truck, 2 route buses, and then we've had some HVAC replacements this month. Our fund balance for general fund is down if you compare it to last year, but it should start leveling out. We've had a lot of expenditures early this year, so it should start leveling out. Building fund revenue is down year to date, and that is because of a prior year ESSER fund that came in last year. Our expenditures in building fund are up, but we've done a lot. We've paid on our land already. We paid extra against our principal. We've paid for the complete HVAC unit out at PKMS. We paid for the land at Bagwell, the demo, the house removal, all there. And we've also paid for the flooring as well at those 2 gyms that I just mentioned about. So we've paid for quite a bit already out of there. And you can see we are down, but we should be receiving revenue in January for our ad valorem and Redbud. So it is always at this time of the year, revenue starts looking like it's down, but the ad valorem should start coming in. Child nutrition, the revenue is up, and that is due to our meat grant and federal funding coming in. And our expenditures are up, which is due to the meat grant and increased OPA with the increased federal funding coming in. And if you look at the total operational column, we are down, but we've purchased so much this year. All the things that I've just mentioned, we've done a lot of capital improvement projects. We've purchased those buses, the ag truck. So we've done a lot already this semester, and we're still above from 2 years ago. Does anyone have any questions? If you'll look with me on the encumbrances, we'll start with the general fund. Page 1. The very first one is PO number 592, and that is to the Florida County Treasurer, and that is our evaluation came in, and it was more than what we thought it was going to be. So we did some increase there. It shouldn't be that much, but we went ahead and put enough there to cover everything. If you look down just a few, PO number 597, that's for that additional school officer that we approved last month, and so we've increased that to pay for them. And then almost down at the bottom, PO number 610, our high school librarian, which is Nikki Cruz, received a Dollar General grant, and so she received $5,000, and that's her first PO that was coming through for books for her library. Page 2, at the top, PO number 618, that is to do the gym floor. And if you go almost to the middle, PO number 631, that is for our high school STEM, and that's the different supplies that they're going to use for their classroom. And then if you turn to page 3, about in the middle there, PO number 650, 651, and 652, that is our Carl Perkins, and you can see that we're going to get a printer, an iMac, 10 Chromebooks, a heat presser, dehydrator, like different things that the FCCLA is going to get this year using our Carl Perkins funds. And then looking at the building fund, we have one PO, and it is for a diesel generator. And then looking at cafeteria fund, there's 3 POs. The first one is for printers at 2 of our sites, and the last one is for our normal OPA services for the month. Does anyone have any questions?
Do we have any change orders? All right. I would, if there's no questions or comments, I would entertain a motion to approve our regular board meeting minutes from October 13th, the financial reports and encumbrances.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Adams?
Yes.
McKee?
Yes.
Smith? Yes. Okay.
Discussion and vote to approve or not approve the POTO playoff stipend schedule for 25-26.
Yeah, so on this one, we adjusted the wording. We had bonus on there. We really need to have stipend instead of bonus for tax purposes. We also fixed an error on the fast pitch softball max weeks. So there were just some minor changes we had on there. There was no adjustments to any stipend. So nothing financially changed at all. We just fixed some issues that we had with the wordings.
No questions or comments, entertain a motion.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
McKee?
Yes.
Smith? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Adams?
Yes. Discussion and vote to approve or not approve a stipend in the amount of $4,121.28 for PKMS principal for additional summer days work.
So our principals work in June and July, and we're in the process of hiring a brand-new PKMS principal. We would want to make sure that whoever that person was, we were able to have working in June. If you're stepping into a new building as a principal, you definitely need to be there in June. We have handbooks due right at the beginning of July in our July board meeting, and so there's no way a new principal would be able to get in, get through everything without working. So what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to have this stipend in place for 12 work days. So basically we took the salary, divided it out, daily rate, and so this is what that is for 12 work days. So any questions on that item?
Hearing none, I entertain a motion. Is there a second? Roll call, please.
Smith? Yes. Okay. Adams?
Yes.
Yes.
Discussion and vote to approve or not approve board policy.
Okay, so we've got 5 policies here that we want to go through. I put the PSST in there. That's the OSSBA recommendations, so you can see why they're in there. But let's start and go through these one by one. BBF, that's the Code of Ethics for board members. So in the state of Oklahoma, the high school Board of Education doesn't have to have a Code of Ethics. So this isn't legal. You don't have to have this in there. However, OSSBA is recommending that we do have a Code of Ethics, as other boards do. It's just this board does not have to have one. So you can look through that, and you'll see that the very first page is what our policy is. If you look at the next page, which is that yellowish, greenish color, you'll see that's the recommendation from the OSSBA. You'll see on this one, there's no changes. So it is word for word what OSSBA is recommending. So that's what that one is. The BEC, that is the executive session. So if you look on that second page, the yellow one, you'll see that they added, when we go B3 in executive session, which we will from time to time to talk about real estate, we haven't this year, but we did a lot last year. This adds to that. So now we can talk about lease, we can talk about different types of options back there. And so this is the legal wording that allows that to happen. So you'll see what we changed on BEC from the yellow. We basically just switched it over onto that pink copy. So that's all we did. We just added a couple of items in there. And that is from new legislation that just passed in the spring. The DOB policy, that is due process for administrators. This is a legal requirement. It sets out the process for administrator due process. We didn't have this in there, didn't know why. But once again, you'll see it's basically word for word what OSSBA is recommending. The GBA policy, that is Open Records Act. You guys are aware, I'm sure, that there's a lot of open record requests coming in from different groups. So OSSBA is really stepping up to try to help us as much as possible. So on this one, you'll see that if someone requests a ton of open record requests, it's going to take us a lot of time. It has the money piece in there, but now we can charge them on the front end. So we can put a fee out there on the front end before we do all the work, and they say, oh, I don't need that, or I'm not going to pay. So it gives us a little bit more power to help with some of this. And then GBA-E, that is the open record request form. So basically what that does is it just helps get specific amounts on what they actually want. So one of the things that changed in these policies is we can be more specific on what they're asking for. It used to be they'd just come in and ask for a gambit of things. Well, now we can ask for very specific items and not just give them a whole bunch of stuff. So it just helps us in open records request. So any questions on any of these policies?
There's no questions. I'd entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the board policies.
Roll call, please. Yes. Discussion and vote to approve or not approve out-of-state activity trips.
All right, so high school girls and boys basketball team, as well as the cheer teams, are wanting to go to Mansfield, Arkansas, December 3rd for their varsity competition. And then junior high is wanting to go to Fort Smith on December 16th through the 20th for a tournament, and then January 19th. High school girls and boys soccer teams are wanting to go to Minna, Arkansas, February 27th, and then Van Buren, Arkansas, March 5th. So none of these are anything abnormal for us.
Are there any questions? Someone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion we approve the out-of-state trips.
Roll call, please.
Adams?
Yes.
Yes. Smith? Yes. Peck?
Facilities report.
Ms. Cochran.
Thank you. Just a couple of items. Like Val mentioned, we got the PKMS gravel lot completed, and it's being used by the local church as well on Sundays and stuff, so it's a great community piece as well. And also the PKMS gym air conditioning, that's finally completed. We've got that wrapped up. The primary renovations to the bathrooms in the primary gym should wrap up this week. The ceilings and lighting and flooring and bathroom partitions have been installed. We're still waiting on the plumber to finish up this week on the rest of the fixtures in that bathroom. And then the high school bathroom foyer renovation is going to be done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of Thanksgiving. So while there's no students here, and they can get that knocked out in about 3 days. So that's exciting. I know looking at the primary restroom, it's really nice and bright and stuff now, and the flooring looks great. So that'll be a big help, especially once the Buccaneer basketball gets going, and we have a lot of people going through that. Transportation-wise, we have basically the 2 new electric buses are scheduled to be built December 1st in the factory. And then they will be sent to our dealer, and they'll get arranged for air conditioning to be put in those buses. So we should see those sometime, I'm saying early to mid-January probably. Did get a report today that the electric charging station arrived at the dealership today. We should have it next week. And our local electrical contractor has been installing the necessary hardware to provide service. OG&E's already got a pole and transformer there on site, so that's been done. So once the charger gets here, we actually should be able to hook everything up pretty quick. So probably about the same time, if not a little sooner than the buses arrive. So those are things that are going on right now. Anybody have any questions?
Awesome. Thanks. Superintendent's report?
All right, so tomorrow is a big day in Poto. Every single one of these principals has been organizing a Veterans Day Assembly. So we've got Veteran Days Assembly starting from 8:30 in the morning all the way till 2. And so it's going to be hectic. Miss Tiller and I, we're going to have running shoes on tomorrow to try to make it to all of them. We're going to divide and conquer. But I think it's a testament to our community that the veterans we can get enough cooperation to be at 5 different schools. So it's pretty cool to be in a community that supports our schools that much. And I think when we're talking kids, how cool is it that our kids get to see and learn about our veterans and the sacrifices that have been made for this country and for the rights that they have. So I'm just really excited about that, and I know all of our sites are excited about it as well because they put a lot of time into it. So next, we're going to go through testing data, and Ms. Tillery is going to take the lead on our testing data.
All right, next to talking about our wonderful teachers, I love talking about academics. Y'all know that about me. As a review for you, our 3rd through 8th grade students take the OSTP, the Oklahoma School Testing Program tests, every April and May. Our 2025 results came a little late for us this year. Maybe a little bit. But we did finally get them and have been going over them with our principals, and then our principals have been working with their staff to go over them. In 24, Superintendent Walters had them lower test scores, which inflated, the cut scores, so it inflated our test scores. And this year, the Office of Educational Quality and Accountability decided that no, we're going to raise those back up to the level that they were in 23 because they feel that raising the expectations for our students helps us all see where our students truly are flourishing, and then where also they need extra support as compared to like national tests like the ACT or the NAEP test, which is the National Assessment of Educational Progress. So cut scores were raised again, so you're going to see a change in test scores for most people. I'm not going to spend forever going over this with you, although it looks like I am, because the principals will be also giving you their site data when they do their presentations before long. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview. This will be in 3rd through 8th. We're looking at some of our area schools as well as how we compare to the state, which is what we're really looking at. So down here, I have Poto. Do what?
Can we enlarge that a little bit more? Let's see what we can do.
Can you? Let's see. That better for you? So we're looking here in the green and red. That's Poto compared to the state. So in this first column, and I'll also refresh this for you, In this first column, this is students scoring below basic. We do not want a big number there. So you look like, hey, she highlighted green. That's a smaller number, and that's great because we do not want our students scoring below basic because that means our students are not where we would want them to be at that grade level. And then the next category is basic, where students have the basic content at that grade level. However, they're probably not quite college and career ready. The third category is proficient, and the students there have mastered grade level content and they're college and career ready. And then the last category there is our advanced, and that's where students are above where they need to be at that level and are definitely ready for college and career. The only places I saw our scores go down when compared to the state was in that advanced level, and because cut scores were raised, I think it shifted some of our students who have previously been at advanced down into that proficient category. So we just know as a district that's what we need to work on, is moving the students along. What I'm super thrilled with is having fewer students in the below basic categories. And you'll see that this is our third grade ELA there at the top, and I'm going to scroll down to our third grade math. And so you can see they're significantly below the state average in that below basic category, which we definitely want, and not very far off even in the advanced category. So that's our third grade. And you're going to see those same results in fourth grade and fifth grade. In reading and in math, we did outperform the state in getting students below basic. And here in advanced, in ELA and fourth grade, we're a little below where we want them to be, but you can see we're significantly above there in proficient. So we've got to get those proficient students moving up to the advanced level. That's our ELA students, and I'll scroll down here for you so you can see how we did in math. And once again, significantly below the state there in that below basic category. So we are getting students their basic grade level content. Fifth grade, you're going to see the same thing. They're performing well in the below basic when compared to the state and other area schools. We tied the state here. You're not going to see red over in that advanced. We tied them there in the advanced category in ELA and in math. Once again, we're well below the state and below basic, and almost even with them in the advanced category in fifth grade. Fifth grade also has science, and an area that we've been working on really hard, and super proud to see the adjustments that we've made there, well below the state and below basic. And 2% of our students were advanced, and we were above the state there in the proficient category. In sixth grade ELA, we were below the state there and below basic, which is what we want, and we were actually above the state there in advanced. So that's great. And then we'll scroll down to sixth grade also takes the math test. And once again, we were below them in below basic, yay, and almost even with them in advanced and well above them in the proficient. Seventh grade takes ELA and math test, and, sorry, didn't mean to make y'all dizzy. Sorry about that. We went way below where I needed to. All right, here we go. So sixth grade in ELA, and the valid number is just how many test takers we had, which Poto tests a lot more than other area schools, obviously. Sixth grade was below the state and below basic and below them in advanced. So definitely want to move, but once again, in proficient, we were good. And in math, you'll see the same thing. So, and one more in OSTP, and that's our eighth grade group. And our eighth grade group really did outstanding in the math, which I want to show off here. In ELA, they were below the state and below basic, and above the state in advanced. And I think our eighth grade group is going to be above the state in every category, even the advanced. In math, this is what I really am super proud in. Look at the 29%. This is percentages. So the eighth grade math Only 29% of the students were below basic. And I want you also to be aware of the fact that we test all students. We are allowed to test 1%, I believe, of our IEP students on a special, a different test, but only 1% of them. So all of our students are being tested. So this is whether you have IEP or you're in the regular ed classroom. So super proud of that and above the state. Obviously, they're in advanced too. But I want you to look at that 29% and look at the other areas, especially the state. 60% of the state was below basic in 8th grade math. Kind of scary. And then 8th grade also has to take the science test. So they performed better than the state in all categories there as well. So do y'all have questions on the OSTP? I'm going to quickly show you the high school. They hang their hat kind of on the ACT. That's the test that gets our students into college, although colleges I think, are eventually going to be steering away from that. But the ACT is what we call the money test because that helps you get scholarships into schools, et cetera. So that's the test that we want to focus on. Here I have for you our class of 2022. Here at the top, although we'll scroll down through this year's senior class, which will be the class of 26. As the state releases data, we'll keep putting it into the chart. The 22 and 23 class, I have the most up-to-date data from the state. And you can see that the 22 class definitely outperformed. The 23 class outperformed the state only in English. Good for our English teachers there. And then we don't have but the state average on the class of 24 and 25. We're still above the state there. And in our class of 26, we don't have any state data yet. So obviously they haven't released that yet. So this is the test that the high school kind of focuses on. I want you to know that our vision, as you can see plastered all across the district, is every pirate every day. We take that seriously. We want to work hard to fulfill what our vision is that every student gets what they need to be successful, whether it's in a career or whether at college. And we know we're not at our goal yet. As you can see, there are areas we definitely need to work, but we are moving the marker for a lot of these students, and I'm proud of that. I think one thing that gets thrown out a lot is our ACT scores. Oklahoma's is lower than probably most everybody. I think we're second to last possibly. But Oklahoma is also one of only 12 states that test every student. Not all states do that, so you need to keep that in mind when you look at data, that not all states require that every junior take the ACT test, and that makes a huge difference on your averages. So we're going to continue to work hard. Our principals have been having meetings with their staff to show off what we're doing well and to have discussions on what we need to improve. And I just realized today as I was getting this ready, that's my last data presentation for you all. I've been doing that this is probably my 3rd year. And it won't be me next year doing this, but I am proud of what we're doing here. I'm proud of the work and the progress that we're making, and I expect that just to continue to improve and improve, and I'm going to be watching. So I'll be watching because I know that our staff works hard, and I'm proud of what they do. And do you have any questions that I can answer for you?
Anybody else? Do we have any new business? I entertain a motion to go into executive session.
Make a motion to move to executive session.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please. Yes.
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 All right. It is 7:01. The board met in executive session to discuss personnel items pursuant to Title 25 Oklahoma Statute, Section 307B1 of the Oklahoma Open Meeting Act. Those present were board members, Mr. Kipnick, and for a brief time, Ms. Oliver. The board did not take any official action in executive session and returned to open session at 7:15 p.m. All right. I would entertain a motion to approve the resignation of Glenn Dobbs as PKMS custodian and to approve the employment of upper elementary custodian Kelly Benedict and PKMS principal Ashley Oliver.
So move.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Smith?
Yes.
Peck?
Yes.
Adams?
Yes.
McGee?
Yes.
Congratulations. Motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second.
I mean, we can stay. We just don't have anything else to talk about. Roll call, please.